Okay, we're back at the menu screen, and
What the hell?
Why am I doing this again?
Because you're insane.
Fixing it up. I always knew that people would get tired of the battle themes eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm dreading that DDD location already.
We're gonna-
But I knew people would get tired of the battle theme, so I thought that it would be okay to just have them changeable every now and again. And apparently that worked out.
It's actually pretty nice. All 5 songs are pretty good.
Yeah, because the battle theme would be something that you would hear over and over and over again. I knew it would get grating eventually, even back then.
I remember a Battle 3 number 3 was a ludicrously epic song for a random battle theme.
It was from Tales of Phantasm.
Yeah, it was a fighting of the
which I hadn't even played back then. I just found it.
It was a really good song.
Yes, the Amazing Mirror Townsend, I believe.
Compared to the original game, this dungeon is pretty fleshed out.
Do I really need the map here? Wow.
Hey, it was a tech demo. It was to impress the players, and I tell you, it sure as hell impressed me.
This is still a nice looking area, even if the tile set is all jaggy and whatnot. It really captures the theme.
This battle theme, on the other hand, this isn't the ludicrously epic one I was talking about, but it still sounds incredibly out of place for fighting 2 laser balls.
Oh, look at that cheap attack effect.
Good job on the laser balls, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're remarkably simple, actually.
First you draw
I tried
a circle.
to get there. Yes, first you draw a circle. But then you had to make sure you get that slight shiny effect, so that you can't. So you had to do the shading slightly differently.
So here I was actually starting to panic because those laser balls were taking a lot of they were shooting us for a lot of damage.
Oh look, another one.
And they can raise all their stats.
Yes, and that was making me panic pretty badly. And then that happened.
Apparently. It's when you fight 2 that's the problem.
The thing I noticed after playing this game again is that critical hits are really crazy. KW's regular attack does 10 damage? 11 max? And when he does a critical, he did 76.
That's part of the 2003 engine. I don't think we actually have control over that.
Yeah.
We have control over how often it will happen per weapon, but not really.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what the calculation is for critical hits.
You see, this is the thing I realized about. You said earlier that RPG Maker games, their battles are just such a slog, right? But then I actually kind of realized why they were a slog, and it has a lot to do with turn-based combat in general. Not many people like turn-based combat. I used it because it was there, and it wouldn't be an RPG without it, apparently. But it's remember Paper Mario?
Yes.
All the numbers were very small. And you could kind of plan a few moves ahead and whatnot. But here, the numbers are just all the stats are hidden from you, so you're just guessing the entire way. And just letting the game do its own thing most of the time.
Dirt nap.
I wasn't...
Yeah, and you have no context for when that will happen or not. There's no cause and effect to really have that happen. I mean, even with the scan attack, those are just all numbers, but they're not always there. You kind of have to memorize them, but there's no point because you don't know what the formulae are for, what the numbers will be. I mean, is the number of damage dealt your attack minus their defense? Well, no, it's not quite that. It's something entirely different. And I don't even know how magic works in this game, because apparently the defense for magic is just more magic somehow.
Well,
Yeesh.
I remember, someone I used to work with, Cafro, he absolutely abhorred how RPG Maker did stats. So when he tried to make his own combat engine in 2003, first thing he did was rehaul the entire way they calculated damage. And, eventually he made it so that there are no more random variables, and, if an attack goes through, then it would be the attacker's strength minus the defender's defense.
And then it kind of becomes like a game of chess, right?
Yeah.
And chess is fine because you see all the things there and you can actually develop strategy from it. But here, it's just, there's no strategy at all, you're just guessing.
Here is spam first slash and hope that they die before they kill you. And, oh my god.
Oh my god,
Hello.
what?
That little thing on the left is making me
fuck.
is making me cringe right now. It's not in this battle, but later on you'll see why. But you can probably already tell why I'm not very happy with it.
Yeah.
It
Well,
only,
like, I didn't even draw it either. That was, like, straight from the anime clip art.
yeah, I think the quality of, the consistency of monsters really starts dropping around
I
here.
couldn't draw back then. I'm sorry. I didn't really learn how to draw until, like, I don't know, grade 11.
I don't know why you, thought about drawing the monster instead of just doing what KW did and just use sprites.
Because there wasn't that much variety that way.
Oh.
There just wasn't. I mean, there just wasn't that much. Like KW said it was just basically waddle dee, some more waddle dees, some more waddle dees, and I'm like, I want more than that. But you just couldn't, so I had to make it on my own.
But you can get a squishy?
Just a squishy, apparently.
Ice shreds.
Yeah, now you found a pair of ice skates. That's my Canadian-ness talking, I suppose.
Wait, they're called ice shreds in Canada?
No, I just named them funny here.
I remember when I first got this item, like, I was wondering...
They're called ice skates in Canada, of course, not shreds.
Yeah, they're called ice skates
I named
here,
it
too.
shreds because those are actually 2 katanas onto, like, a pair of shoes. So-
What?
Yes, that's how I made them. That's a pair of shoes, and there are 2 katanas on the bottom of them, and that. I have no idea.
Does
how
that mean
even
this
work.
match can, like, equip them and get a new skill?
Well, then he'd only be skating on 1 foot.
Well, maybe he wears them
I
as
don't think they
hands.
would fit.
Yoshi's wear shoes.
So wait, they only got 1 pair of ice shreds, though, so I'm gonna assume that, when...
Only the party leader needs
Like,
them.
KW...
KW keeps the rest of them in his hat. So.
Now, KW wears them, and then, like, the other 2 pile on his back, Kirby Return to Dreamland style.
No, his hat. His hat is a hyperspace thing. He can fit anything and all things inside his hat.
It's basically
Even
a
I
bag
knew
of
that back then.
That's actually... I
Yes.
guess that was canon.
And the hat has a name, and it was never actually mentioned in any of the KWRPG games. His hat's name is Basil.
Basil?
Basil?
Short for Basildia, which is an Egyptian name for the king's crown.
Funky.
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 I thought it'd be called the Mimis, but... Oh well.
I don't know the exact thing KW came up with it, but it's his lore apparently.
Well, I remember having a hand in helping KW come up with, the canon name for Kirby Warrior, Camus. I just remember, like, what...
No, that was entirely him.
Oh, no.
I just was like curious about the pronunciation.
Oh, no.
Was it, like,
I remember one...
Camus, or was it like the French word for Camus?
No, it's Camus. I remember one night we were just randomly coming up with, like, names, and then I opened up a site full of Egyptian god names and other things, and I said, hey,
Yeah.
this name Camus, it actually kind of resembles Kirby Warrior. He's like, oh yeah, I like that name.
Oh, so that's where.
And then it just became, like, canon afterwards.
Makes
And
sense.
Whoops.
on a unrelated note, we also found a Egyptian god called Kushit, and it became an in-joke after a while that we would call idiots on the forums Kushits.
Really? Oh wow.
Namely a man named Kirby Nick, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, let's not bring that up here.
Meanwhile,
Oh, you found some milk on the ground.
I must be spoiled by now.
Yeah.
Well, it is cold outside. It's probably cold in here.
Is it?
There was some snow on the ground. This is a snowy area.
Oh yeah, you're right. Huh. Then again, well, I guess it would be cool. I mean, they are in space.
Well, I don't know why there's space in here. It's kind of like, why is there the sky and the mountains?
Why are there
There's
lasers?
space in
Why are
here?
there laser orbs and narcoleptics?
You're making
here?
sense of a Kirby fan.
Oh, this is it. This is the battle I was playing. It's a total party wipe. Poor Hyper Kirby.
But the thing is, the Naughty isn't entirely a support character, so it can't actually attack, can
It
it?
can't, but look at this.
Look at this!
They just wake up and then they go right back to sleep. Poor Discmaster's trying his
Well, at
damnedest.
least I'm keeping it in Kirby canon, I guess.
Poor Discmaster's just trying his damnedest to kill that thing before it puts him to sleep, but nope. Right to bed.
Shank,
Well, at least
shank,
everyone
shank.
else wakes up.
Oh no, they don't. Oh no, they don't.
Well, not for long, at least, but...
And I'm just like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Does sleeping carry over between
It
battles?
doesn't.
Because if so...
Thank God it
oh,
doesn't.
Yeah.
Again, Dismatch just hauled the 2 of them up and ran away from a sleeping narcoleptic.
It's like, oh, guys,
Hyper Kirby, you need to go on a
come
fucking diet.
back.
And at this point I realized, oh my god, I remember there's gonna be a boss coming soon, I better go stock up on shit.
See, there's the snow.
Now I really regret buying 10 1-ups.
Oh, I'm sure
Well,
those
you
will
weren't
come in
really
handy.
using the items in Chapter 1 anyway.
I used up all of them earlier, did you not notice?
Oh.
Because like I almost got a total party wipe when I was fighting 2 laser orbs.
Sheesh.
Oh,
So I just basically like jammed everyone's mouth full of like tomatoes and apples.
Yeah, and I got all the curry, and I'm like, ah!
I can't get over how happy Disc looks now.
This master's so happy that he picked up the Ryuri Maru sword. And I almost made a mistake again.
I should have done that more often. You get like a guest character with like a side quest, and if you complete the side quest, their thing is happy. You know, one thing I actually always wanted to implement in the game is like a photo gallery, since like Amanda has this entire face set like lineup, right? So like maybe you could do like a pose, and that would become like the menu art instead of just the common one anyway, right?
Yeah.
So if you want an entire party of people looking at you so angry, then you can probably do that way.
Or you can just have him.
But that was supposed to be in like Green City, and again, I never got
Or you
there.
can just have him enter a room and there's a sign that says, "Open up C project files."
But then you don't. Then it's not programmatic, and that's not quite as well.
Poor Discmaster's at lowest defense. Even though he's technically the most armored.
He's the biggest
He's
target.
the biggest
that's
target,
why.
and he has the most armor. And he also has
What
hair.
armor?
Well, I guess you're right.
Scales, I
not
guess?
scales, but he has a saddle.
Yeah, that doesn't defend for shit.
He just turns around and it bounces off.
It's kind of like how in Dark Souls, when you like two-handing the weapon, and you have the shield on the back, and someone comes up and backstabs you through your own shield, and it's kind of weird.
Or
that
more like
way.
they backstab you using a giant club.
Yeah.
I still want to know how someone stabbed me through using a scythe.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Realism!
The real Dark Souls begins here. In the teleport maze. And, oh, we are nearing the end.
You know, one regret I have is not learning how to program, so at one point I actually
can
wanted
teach
to
you
create
any
my own
day.
custom, from scratch engine for this kind of crap.
Like, after using RPG Maker for so long, like I can always think of these tiny little things just to like improve it, because you can tell the company making them, they never thought of it as an actual engine. They just thought of it as this cute little novelty that people would try out one day and just stop. Because there's like RPG Maker for like Game Boy Advance, and we're like, what's the point of RPG Maker for Game Boy Advance, right?
Play your RPGs on the go.
But you have to make your own RPGs, then play it on the go, because there's no distribution system there. So you basically have to say, just say, hey, I made an RPG. Then you have to give them your only cartridge with the only copy on it.
Well, that's one way of distributing. I mean, let them borrow it, but not actually, give it to them.
Yeah, so you can tell that the people making the engine never really thought of it as this huge thing. That they didn't think it would become the thing that it did become. You know?
Yeah.
It just wasn't that way. And you can tell in 2003, too, they made the battle engine even more, like, hard to use, just because they didn't want people to use it all that seriously.
But it was like, what? It was like...
What is happening here? I wasn't paying attention.
Kirby Warrior is
KW
trying
is
to...
powering
He's
up.
trying to power up and turn it into a Super KW so he can make a teleporter.
It's not working.
Well, he has to focus for 2 minutes.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Oh god.
Oh god.
This scene gives me... This scene just makes me twitch a bit in the eye. Because
Why?
in my project, Topageddon, I ripped off this scene wholesale. In one of the pivotal scenes in the game. And I'm just like,
It is kind of, like, cliche in a way.
But the worst thing is, like, I wasn't even, like, aware of this scene. Because when I was making Topageddon, I stopped playing DE like 1 year afterwards. Like 1 year before,
it's amazing
I mean.
how much cultural memory happens.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the idea of the bandits. Like once I made bandits, everyone made bandits. But I was just trying to answer a simple question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what makes like town Model Ds different from field Model Ds? They're all the same, right? Well, no, it's just that like Kirby's are genocidal assholes. Of course, that's just part of it, right? It's just like they drop all pretense of civility once they leave civilization itself. They hunger for flesh.
And your money.
Souls.
So this is technically the first appearance of Ghost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Ghost was like the
Oh.
Ghost was like the overarching villain of the original, but he was always just a henchman, right?
Yeah.
So I just like stopped beating around the bush and just decided to make him a henchman or whatnot, since I only needed like Gerwed to appear once to establish her, right? And she wasn't supposed to appear again, at least not normally.
So here we have technically the first boss of the original game. Unless you count Power Malak.
Oh, does it allow you to bring up the menu?
Yeah, it forces you to bring up the menu.
Oh, cool. Well, at least it's like, so at least it's like, oh, here's a boss. Prepare yourself. And he says the exact same line.
He doesn't.
Too.
You don't do that for Power Malak Girl. This guy doesn't even get like the same treatment as Power Malak Girl.
Oh god, that art.
PMG is a recurring thing. yeah. Sorry about my.
Funny
art,
thing,
sorry.
but I was wondering, like, Golrock had like a custom drawing by KW for the original game. Why didn't you just use that?
No, he didn't.
Wait.
He was straight from the RTP, wasn't he?
Was it?
Yes.
Oh man, I didn't know.
That's why I didn't reuse it.
Oh.
Wow.
Rather than reuse the RTP, you decided to draw him yourself.
Yeah.
With predictable effects. Oh god, you're dying.
Predictable results.
You're not dying yet.
Keyword yet.
So, I called him Golrock earlier, but his name...
I call him Glork here, apparently.
Why was his name Glork?
That was my problem, I think. Glork.
Why was his name Glork?
It's a lot more of a... like, again, it's just a typo, but it's like, it kind of works in a way, since he's just like this monster.
Yeah, but the original name Golrock was a portmanteau of Golem and Rock. At least that's what I'm reading into when I played the original game. I might just be giving KW credit, but
I think the idea of using Golrock came from somewhere else, though. But you'll have to ask him.
yeah. So
Because like he didn't use RTP stuff willy nilly. He like tried to plan it.
yeah. So earlier I scanned him and I thought, oh, I noticed that he was weak to ice. But then Ice Beam doesn't do as much damage as using First Slash, and First Slash has the exact same MP cost.
So just use
Just
it.
use First Slash, yeah. But
Yeah, there's no strategy to it. It's so poorly
this
designed.
also gets brought up later too. You'll see.
Tag and smack.
Meanwhile, the rock dude explodes and turns into a teleporter. Randomly.
Mm-hmm.
How
Randomly.
convenient.
How convenient. We did it!
And cue 3 more seconds
Hooray.
of staring at the ground.
So now,
And now we have the equivalent.
the equivalent.
Oh god.
Doesn't this look familiar? And here is the, I guess, technically the introduction of Ghost in the original. I mean, we did meet him in the, Dream. And here he just says, oh, Angel Kirby said you, like, a vision. Even though, like, no one would know who the hell Angel Kirby is at this point.
Yeah.
And I doubt anyone would know who Jessica was either.
Yeah, no one played the original, unfortunately. Not even me.
She was apparently this like crazy sorceress person. Kinda.
Oh, God.
In a way.
Oh,
I
God.
remember what
God.
KW told me about Jessica is that she was a devil or angel seraph thing that wanted to take over the world, and was basically a Kirby Warrior's arch nemesis. Which is funny because she doesn't appear in the more popular game.
You know what,
Yeah,
Av?
I know.
You missed some optional dialogue here, by the way.
Which is, and oh look, I fucked up the rock puzzle.
Already.
Ready?
Just by pushing that one rock, I realized, oh shit.
Again?
Shut up! And then there was another way I could have went that would have fixed everything, but then I didn't realize that.
What was the optional dialogue? I forget so much about this already.
No, it was something I patched in. Because I
Oh,
really
wow.
hated the theme at the time. Because remember, if I recall correctly, in the original game, you guys used the generic dungeon theme, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
And I recall patching
It was
that
just
out.
a generic. Yes.
So here I'm just like, oh fuck.
It's an improvement, yes, but it just annoyed the fuck out of me.
A lot of Kirby 2 used RTP music.
Unfortunately, yes. Wait, did you just
But
shift through
then
that?
again,
Yes, I did. Shut up.
Lame.
Don't worry, I do this. I do
this
this puzzle right.
This is the same guy that got apparently under 1 minute in Minefield Mania. So oh well.
I did these puzzles right.
I should have actually programmed in there to see if you did obvious cheating or not. Quote, doing these puzzles right.
I can pass Minefield Mania in 1 minute, but I can't do a simple rock puzzle.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, rock slide.
Is it possible to trap yourself in there? Wow.
Yes, it is totally possible. And now at this point, I'm like, oh god. Oh god, I've already fucked it up.
Oh, come on!
Well, I can't fuck this one up.
Oh, and I'm getting nauseous already because of the
I don't know why Kato decided to use the zoom in.
the transition. It's just like
Why is it zoom in?
it's just it's like one of those psychedelic movies where
Yeah.
every scene change has to zoom in and like go into the person's eye.
Oh, hi,
Oh, yes, the minibar. I completely forgot about that.
Hi disc.
hi, this.
Anyone watching, the secret code is 92581.
No one knew about the code back then. Everyone would like talk about the minibar, but how do we use it?
Because that number is actually my birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
happy
okay.
birthday.
That's the significance behind it.
Oh no, wait, it isn't. Or
Yeah,
is it?
that doesn't look like RTP art to me, so I was assuming that KW drew it himself. Oh, by the way, remember I talked about how I scanned him earlier and thought he was weak to ice? He's not.
Well, that carried over.
It did not. He's immune to ice, basically. So now I'm like, crap. What do I do now? Fucking auto battle.
Well, either way, he's RTP in his chipset and his char set anyway. So
Yeah. Well, actually, no. You used RTP for Golrock's char set, but KW actually edited his char set slightly so he had a rounder head.
oh,
The default Golem sprite had a sharp head.
If you listen closely, you can hear the pistol sound that I was mentioning earlier.
The Vulcan report sound, I actually stole that for a lot of my own projects. And Golrock just dies.
It was a generic pistol sound, anyway.
Golrock.
and it's at this point where the comparisons between the original and DE just kind of end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just take the implication of the next area and just drive off in a completely opposite direction.
Well, to be fair, the next area is that's kind of where the game really starts, and it just opens up a lot of routes for you to go.
Not really.
Okay.
It's still pretty linear in that
The
way.
real KWG2 starts there, I would say. But at the same time, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're still kind of railroaded into going a certain direction, but it gives you the illusion that there's a lot more to do.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to keep my version of it in line with the Milpa Toast Kirby canon, right? So, like, I had to say, oh, wait, I can't have Paint Roller in, like, a random castle. He needs to be an ice cream island. So I had to come up with this entirely roundabout way to get him from Green Greens to the ocean. Which is conveniently right next to Crazy Ducks, so it all worked out. But then again, it never got that far.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Fan fiction.
fanfiction.
Fanfiction, the RPG. Electric Boogaloo.
Fan fiction, the RPG. Electric Boogaloo. It really is Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. Just replace DE with EB.
And put Pikachu on the cover, of course.